90-Day Fiancé star Big Ed Brown is one of the franchise's most well-known faces, but fame has come at a cost to him. Big Ed has been in the franchise since 2020 and starred in several spin-offs with at least 3 different on-screen girlfriends. Big Ed's romances with Rosemary aka Rose Vega and Elizabeth Liz Rose have kept him relevant even if for the wrong reasons. Big Ed has milked his fame successfully by engaging in enough scandals to keep himself relevant. In November 2024, Big Ed hinted at his exit from 90-Day Fiancé because his contract was about to end. He claimed he had been approached by Netflix and Hulu. Big Ed had just 350 followers on Instagram when he started his reality TV journey. After just one episode, his followers had grown by over 250,000 overnight. Big Ed is an example of how virality on the internet can make a celebrity out of a villain. Big Ed's 90-Day Fiancé journey. What happened to Big Ed on 90-Day Fiancé? Revisiting the timeline. Big Ed began his journey with 90-Day Fiancé on 90-Day Fiancé before the 90 Days Season 4. He was a photographer from San Diego who had fallen for a woman much younger than his own daughter named Rose from the Philippines. Big Ed had met Rose on Facebook and was flying to meet her for the first time in person. Little did he know that the trip was going to change his life. Big Ed and Rose gave some of the most memorable moments to the franchise. The producers had told Big Ed he would be famous worldwide. Big Ed became more infamous than famous for what he did with Rose. His appearance already made him distinguishable, but Big Ed did some pretty troubling things on the show with Rose, such as asking her to shave her legs for a kiss from him or gifting her a toothbrush and toothpaste because her break stank. Big Ed had no sense of how to behave in relationships. It may have been why he had been single since his divorce nearly 4 decades ago. Big Ed was criticized for his nice guy act. Big Ed was enjoying humiliating Rose. After Rose, it was Big Ed's turn to date yet another younger woman, this time from the country. Big Ed met Liz at the restaurant in San Diego, where she worked as a waitress manager, in early 2021. He kept visiting her restaurant frequently once it became clear to him that he wanted to ask her out. Big Ed did it while she was on her shift surrounded by customers and coworkers. Liz ended up saying yes to dating him and spent the next 3 years of her life regretting every day. Big Ed broke up with Liz 15 times. I'm ready to meet the right person. Big Ed and Liz were broken up in their first season together, after which Big Ed had dated a woman named Carrie for a brief time on 90-Day. The Single Life. Big Ed met Carrie through a mutual friend and traveled to Mexico to meet her in person. Their first date together was a memorable one, with Big Ed and Carrie running for cover after shots were fired. Big Ed found a connection with Carrie, but she felt he was rushing things. Big Ed didn't understand why Carrie, who he thought was into him, ended up ghosting him. Big Ed's family life. Who is Big Ed Brown's first wife? Big Ed was married to a woman named Sandra Sandy Heckman back in the 90s. He married her in 1990 and divorced in 1992. Big Ed's whirlwind marriage came to an end when his wife found out he had cheated on her. Big Ed and Sandra had one child together named Tiffany, who has starred in several seasons. Big Ed's daughter is 34 years old, which also makes his interest in dating women half his age questionable. Big Ed and Tiffany had locked horns over his relationship with Liz. An important figure in Big Ed's life is his mother, Norma Brown. Big Ed was living with his mom during his debut season. He had found a 2-bedroom bungalow where he lived with her after she lost her home, and the man she was dating died. In October 2020, she was hit by a car and needed back surgery. It appears Norma had to move out when Big Ed started dating Liz. Norma did not approve of Big Ed's engagement with Liz, but after 2 years of dating Liz, Norma did give Big Ed her approval. Big Ed's controversies. Why 90-Day Fiancé star Big Ed is problematic. Big Ed earned the reputation of being a nasty person for his treatment of Liz. Despite having humiliated her or looked down upon her family because they were poor 90-Day Fiance's Big Ed became a regular in the franchise. Big Ed wasn't honest with Liz. He also had a troubling interest in younger women. Big Ed seemed proud of the fact that his wife left him because of his infidelity. Moreover, he never took accountability for his actions. Big Ed has casually made insensitive comments about Liz as well, asking her to lose weight and predicting her breakup with her new boyfriend. Big Ed's latest controversy involves getting engaged to a woman he met at a meet and greet and getting engaged to her within 24 hours. Big Ed had set himself on fire on Instagram Live. He has been accused of alleged sexual assault off-screen. Big Ed was using the show to make money. It didn't matter to him if he was dating Liz or Rose or Carrie, as long as it kept him on the show and helped him in clout chasing. The controversial man even got a tattoo of his own face on his leg, revealing his extent of self-obsession. Big Ed's medical condition. How Klippel-Feil syndrome affects Big Ed. Big Ed grew up with Klippel-Feil syndrome, making it look like he had no neck. Big Ed has 3 vertebrates the size of 2, while most other humans usually have 7. His chest cavity is also larger than usual. He gave himself the name Big Ed because he has a huge personality, and it makes him look tall. His height is 4 feet 11 inches. He had told her he was 5 feet 2 inches because that's what she'd said her height was. Big Ed wasn't diagnosed with Klippel-Feil syndrome until he was a teenager. Big Ed's job. Where does 90-Day Fiance's Big Ed work? Big Ed worked as a professional photographer during his debut season. He used to live in San Diego and specialized in weddings, fashion, studio, and advertising photography. He is a trained photographer and has a master's degree from the New School of Architecture and Design. He'd been in the industry for over 18 years and bragged about being quite successful. He has 6 photo covers to his name. Big Ed has successfully conducted photo shoots internationally from Santa Margherita Ligure, Italy, Kauai, to Quito, Ecuador, and Puerto Vallarta. Big Ed also worked as an interior designer at Studio Europa, located in San Diego, and the company provided clients with kitchen designs and remodels. Due to his 90-Day Fiancé fame, Big Ed has gathered a huge social media following as an influencer. In 2021, Big Ed made over $100,000 by just doing cameo requests. While he continues making cameo videos, Big Ed's declining popularity may have urged him to take up his current real estate job after moving to Arkansas. Big Ed reportedly has made over $1 million in deals in his first year as a realtor.